Enquiry-based learning. So what's called the enquiry-based learning? So always it is also a student-centered method. Just we are asking, inquiring the students. So why it happened? Encouraging the students to ask questions about the particular. So students will be inquiring either the open-ended inquiry approach, or there's a guided inquiry approach, or the problem-based inquiry approach. You can ask them. So you have to make the students to ask. So how you will be asking? You have to start with the questions. Start with the question and allow them for the exploration, and then encourage for the discussion and provide them the resources, and then make them to summarize. This is a beautiful method that's called the enquiry-based learning method. Enquiry-based learning method. So you will be inquiring him. So how will be students? You will be start with the question. You can give, for example, one hospital, there was a sudden earthquake. What will happen? You are working in an NICU. This many babies are there. There is a sudden earthquake. How will you react? What will you do? You know what will be happen during the earthquake. So how? What will you do? What she will be telling? So earthquake, whether in the ICU, NICU, the students or the patients with the oxygen support. Maybe it's automatic oxygen is coming, or she has to get ready with the other things. You have to move and understand. So the move. What is the answer? She is asking. Then make them asking the question. Why? What? When you ask like that, if the students started to explore and explain and come with the innovative ideas. So every time in a practical we cannot teach. There was a sudden flood in 2015. So staff nurses not even go to in Chennai. I'm just telling you, 2015 there was a flood. Nobody can move out from anywhere. So the staff nurses are held up in the hospital for 2 to 3 days. So the duty time is extended. So like a catastrophic disasters are coming. So I cannot. So you have to ask these kind of a question to the students. This is called the inquiry method. It's a student. Here is the teacher is acting as a facilitator. So encouraging the students to that. Once it is over, you can call all the experts or the people who are working there. You can use the panel discussion method. How did you overcome that problem? Or you can ask someone reflective learning. You can inquire. You can use this inquiry method to the particular one person. She will reflect her learning during the disaster, and others will be learning. That is called reflective learning. Once who underwent that experience and she is coming and narrating in front of everyone, it is called reflective learning. Her reflection, when I am asking inquiry, either the open-ended question or closed-ended, what did you do, how did you manage, how many hours duty, how did you sleep in the hospital, it is totally disastrous, how you took bath, where is your undergarments, who helped you to change your dresses, where is the room they have provided, too much disaster, you cannot come out, how did your family, so many questions I am inquiring her. But after she underwent that particular process, she is reflecting her experience with my inquiry in front of the audience. The audience will be learning from her experience. That's called the reflective learning. Understand? So here, what I am telling is, you just take the students into that situation, ask what did you do, what is this one. So it's like a student center, it's like a student structured inquiry. How did you start? What did you do? What will we do? What is the environmental preparation, sudden disaster? What is the patient preparation? What's your mental preparation? Sudden disaster, sudden earthquake, sudden power cut in the NICU. How will you prepare yourself mentally? How will you prepare your environment with the generator? How will you call them to put the generator? If it is diesel generator is delaying, what is your action immediately? Do you have in your ward? There is oxygen cylinder available. Will it be able to supply to everybody? So sudden disaster coming. This is the structured question you can ask them, or the open-ended question you can ask them. It gives the space for the students to explain to explore, to solve the real life problem, what's going to happen. So everything I cannot teach. So in the controlled environment. So you have, this method is a very, very good method where it is giving the chance, it encourages for the critical thinking for the students, and it is improve their problem solving ability, and it is encourage the creativity and improve the communication skill, how to connect and learning the real world problems, whatever is happening, help to understand the complex problem and how to bring the solution to encourage the learning. So how I will be problem solving, where I will teach this method. Sometimes I can take the students to the field trips. I can take them, we can to the field trips, to the area, the biomedical waste management. I can take them to the field trips. I can ask questions. See, these workers are coming to the biomedical. They are the ones segregating. They are uneducated people. So what will you do to prevent this infections? How will you spread? What will you do? What is the precautions? So I can, when I am taking to the field trips, I can ask them. So these questions method, inquiry method, will be promote the thinking capacity. Students here, teacher is not a teacher. Here teacher is as a facilitator. It's a student-centered approach. Students will be thinking. Some group work you can give it to them. Some project work you can give it them. This one. What are all them? Some tips we can see. You can start with how to, some of the tips for the teachers to implement this method, inquiry-based learning method. First, the tips is start with the question. Allow for the exploration. Allow the students to speak whatever she want to speak. Don't interfere. Encourage. Allow them to discuss with others. Come with the summarization. Help her to come with the summarization. Give her the material. This one. Ask. That's a technique. What, when, how, why you are doing. This is the question you have to ask the students. So this is the inquiry-based learning. This is called the EBL. So we have seen BBL and EBL. There is another BBL. Already one BBL. That's called the problem-based learning. EBL is the inquiry-based learning. Another one is called the BBL is the project-based learning. So we are giving a project to the students. So how will you give the project? So this project-based learning is very important. It's long term. The BBL, EBL, all the short term. Project-based will be the long term. So project-based, what is called the research or the dissertation. That is also a step-by-step process to finding out the solution for the problems. That's called the project, right? So there is a group work you are giving. They will make the statement. They will study. So here you can take it BBL, EBL and project method. All these methods are student-centered method. Here the role of the teacher is a facilitator. So EBL, it's begin with the essential questioning. BBL, it's connected with the solve the authentic real world problem. That's called the BBL. What is called another BBL? Project-based learning. It involves the more about the term projects. Here is the questions, how they develop, how they ask, how they project, how they are doing, how they develop the objectives, how they develop the hypothesis, how they search, how they conduct the project and come out with the result. That's called the research. It is a systematic inquiry, step-by-step process to find out the solution for the questions which we have asked. It's called the research. That's the project. What they are doing, it's a group work. So BBL, EBL and BBL. All these BBL, all these called the student-centered approach. This is another one. It's a competency-based learning. What is called competency-based learning? To achieve the specific skills, competency. Okay, what is EBL? EBL, you should have much time. So some of the complex topic you can give. It's a time consuming. You have to motivate, you have to find out who are all the key persons, and then who are all not answering, you have to pick up and you have to stimulate. It's time consuming for the teacher, but it's a very good method. All these methods are time consuming. Teaching is very good because the expertise come and teach and go. But here is the student center, you or the teacher is not a role of a teacher, you are a mentor or you are the facilitator. So it takes much time for the students to ask questions, bring the answers and motivate them to write up. Takes long time. Nothing like a profession, we have lack of time to apply this method, but once in a while we can apply this method. Sometimes personalized learning, competency-based learning, okay. Some of the competencies, some of the skills are more, some people individualized this one. Personalized learning. Personalized learning, all fingers are not same. Some personalized mainly in the school scenario, the slow learners or Down syndrome, some of the people personalized. Teacher has to identify this person challenge is very good. For example, autism child. The child may be having autism, child may be some problem, but he is very good in a runner-up, very good in swimming. So you have to develop that personalized skill, and you have to empower that child and to achieve the goal. That's called the personalized learning. We are not implementing it, but commonly we are using for the people who are differently abled, autism or ADHD, another disorder. Anything we can use this one. So BBL, EBL, Enquiry Based Learning, Project Based Learning we have seen. BBL already we have seen. Either the BBL or another BBL or EBL. Project Based Learning, Problem Based Learning, Enquiry Based Learning. All these methods are called the higher level learning, as well as the empowering the students and student centered approach. Hope you understand. There are the different methods. Next class we will see the another method. Thank you very much.